So, on behalf of the Jones Board of Trustees, it is an honor to be here. This is my first public appearance as the mayor. It is also my first proclamation, which came with its own set of chores. When Coach Holbrook sent me the list of things to put in there, I sat down and I started plugging them into the whereas this and the whereas that. And I had all of the stuff I wanted to put, and I put it all in there, and I went to hit print, and it was 3 pages long. And I thought, that's okay, I mean, it's important stuff. And then I got these nice little folders, and I thought, you can't have 3 pages of a proclamation because it's 1 page. So I started deleting everything out and put the important stuff in, and I got it down the way I thought it was bare bones, and I hit print again, and it was still barely over a page. So I was like, okay, I can take off the seal. You don't have to have, well, you have to have the seal or it's not official. So what I did is I improvised because I'm new and I don't know what I'm doing, and so I changed the margins. So if you girls already have some of these, it probably looks different, but it was handmade with love by me, and I don't know what I'm doing. So it probably looks different, but it all fit and it works. But real quick, I started thinking about when I started watching this team, and it was kind of funny because we moved back to Jones a few years ago. My son was probably 7 or 8 years old, and we've been coming to the games, and we would leave and we would talk about, he would say, they're so good, Mom, they're really good. And he knew that I played basketball at Jones many years ago, and I played basketball at Jones. These girls were really good, and so to him, I was really good too. And that was fine, nobody knew any different. And then we found a stack of VHS tapes at my mom's house. And she also had a VHS player. So he came home one day, and I'll never forget, and he said, Mom, no offense, but those girls are way better than you. No offense taken, they are way better than me. But that also kind of brought me to, not only are they really good basketball players, they were really, really good humans. And that was kind of one of the things that I really wanted to put in this proclamation, but this fancy font and these fancy papers just don't allow that kind of thing. But one of the things that I wanted to really talk about was these young women and their coaches went far beyond their call of duty and far beyond reasonable expectations in the process of utilizing their athletic skills on behalf of their school and community, thereby providing invaluable enhancement to the pride, identity, and enthusiasm of that community. That just goes to show these girls are leaders, not only on the court. Thank you for the entertainment you provided, but more for the leadership for our young generation. So now I get to read this mumbo jumbo of whereas this and whereas that. Whereas the Jones High School Lady Longhorns have made history by being the first Jones High School girls basketball team to qualify for 4 consecutive state tournaments by qualifying for the 2023 Oklahoma Class 3A state basketball tournament. And whereas the Lady Longhorns completed their campaign with a record of 25-5. And whereas the Lady Longhorns are the district champions, regional champions, and area champions. And whereas the Lady Longhorns defeated in the 3A state tournament championship game the Washington Lady Warriors 39-33. And whereas the Jones Lady Longhorns are the 2023 Class 3A three-peat state champions. Whereas the Lady Longhorns Boston Ferry, Jalen Maples, and Zoe Tucker were selected 2023 OGVA and OCA All-State players. And whereas Lady Longhorn Audrey Bain was selected 2023 OGVA CA All-Region Player, OCA All-Star by class. And whereas Lady Longhorns team members include seniors Boston Berry, Jalen Maples, Zoe Tucker, Audrey Bain, Taylor Barty, and Kristen Moore. And whereas the Lady Longhorns team members include juniors Kasia Hansen, Riley Smith, Sophie Woodson, and Nia Smith. And whereas the Lady Longhorns team members include sophomores Karma Lewis and Charisma Johnson. And whereas the Lady Longhorns team members include freshmen Gentry Holbrook, Kylan Higgins, and Kinley Holman. And whereas the Lady Longhorns team managers are Jocelyn Ross and Avery Austin. Whereas the Lady Longhorns are coached by head coach Jenny Holbrook, OCA Region 8 and Little All-City Coach of the Year, Assistant Penny Young, OCA Region 8 Assistant Coach of the Year. Assistant Kaylee Bird, OGBCA West Assistant Coach of the Year. Assistant Jacob Gunter, and Statistician Joel Mann Jr. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Ms. C. Wilkinson, Mayor of Jones, Oklahoma, do hereby proclaim March 11th, 2023 as Jones High School Lady Longhorns Oklahoma Class 3A State Championship Basketball Team Day, presented this 30th day of April, 2023.
Okay, I have the honor of introducing Coach Holbrook tonight. But first, I just want to say thank you to these coaches and you girls just for the way you represent our programs. Even before all these championships, these coaches and these girls conducted themselves like champions ahead of time, and that speaks a lot to Coach Holbrook's leadership. And before she gets up here and starts giving out awards to her coaches and players, I've got a few awards that this is just a few of her awards this year that she's been recognized for, but Coach Holbrook is and just hold your applause a little bit to the end and we'll get her up here. Coach Holbrook is the OGBCA Middle West Coach of the Year. She is the OCA Regional Coach of the Year. She's the Daily Oklahoma Little All-City Coach of the Year. And she's been selected to be the All-State Coach of the Year, where she'll coach our girls during that game. So if you would, Coach Holbrook.
Before we get started in honoring the players tonight, which is obviously why we're here, there are many people that we need to recognize and thank, and there's quite a long list, so bear with me. But we've got to thank these people because they played such a huge role in our success. First, that video, Jennifer DeBust, she does not want to be recognized, but I'm going to make her stand up because that video that she made. Because that video that she made truly was a gift to us and our parents. She did that all on her own. I asked her to do that before our playoffs kicked off, and she did it. I don't gladly did it, but she did it, and it's amazing. And if you get a chance, we will share the YouTube link with you guys and your parents so you can watch it a little bit more closely. But it was truly amazing. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Our administration. Mr. Watkins and Coach Witt, thank you for arranging our visits to the Capitol and taking us out to lunch, and for always making our team feel special. Thank you for supporting the team and encouraging students to come and support us as well. If you see that picture of Mr. Watkins on the right there, that is thank you for leading with passion and purpose, and really a lot of people like, especially at the football games, like, who's that other coach running up and down the sideline? Is he a coach or what? No, that's our principal, but he does that everywhere, and we really, really thank you. Thank you for providing us for whatever we need, and whenever we've asked, we really thank you. Dr. Johnson, thank you for fully supporting us and continually encouraging our program. It means the world to us coaches when we know that we're believed in and supported, and you've done just that over the last many years that I've been here. You've been a steadfast leader for us, not only for us, but for Jones Public Schools. You're going to be greatly missed, and I want to take this opportunity to say that. We can only hope that our next superintendent will just I'm thankful that you got to be part of such a great group of girls and amazing mentors for you. Hopefully we can survive the next 3 years together. Brendan, you had no idea, but you provided the team with a game day warm-up song. You had no idea, but you did. All of the girls are now very familiar with Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, sung by you. It made my heart very happy every time I heard it, and made everything right for me on game day. It was also good luck and part of our many very weird game day rituals that we had to do every single game. So thanks, Bryn. Jolie, thanks for always being willing to help me when needed. You stepped up big time this year in helping all with our team graphics, anything that you see on Facebook or Twitter, she's been helping me with. And then our girls all-state pages, having an adult daughter really comes in handy, so thank you, Jolie. And then Eli, thank you for always being understanding with my crazy hours that go along with coaching and for working long hours to provide for our family so I can do a job like coaching. So thank you so much. To all basketball parents, thank you for entrusting us with your daughters. Thank you for always stepping up and helping when needed, and being this team's biggest and greatest fans. Anytime there was a need, you guys stepped in and fulfilled it. Shanita, even if it was you whitening my teeth on Sunday for me, thank you. But parents, you guys always did whatever was needed with no questions asked. Thank you so much for your continued support over the years. And we understand as a coaching staff that we're extremely lucky to have you guys' support. So thank you so much. At this time I want, and you're not going to want to, but senior parents, if you could please stand, all senior parents. Amy, Garvey, the Moores, the Berries, the Tuckers, Katie Bay, and Miss Zenobia, you're part of the parents. Please stand up, please. The neighbors, please stand. This banquet is not only a time to celebrate and to say our thank you, but it's also a time for goodbyes, although we still hope you all are around. I want to make sure that I tell you parents, before we all go our separate ways, thank you for allowing us to coach your kids and to be a part of their lives. You have amazing children. I truly hope that we've been able to help instill in them values that will help them continue to be successful in life. Time has flown, I believe it's over, and your girls are graduating. Just know that the offer is still open to come up and help with the Little League tournament. You guys can come up at any time. But thank you so much, and I mean that sincerely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for sharing your daughters with us. Thank you. The three amigos, Jarrett, Rob, and Michael, we have a plaque made for you to go on the top rail, up where you stood for every single game. Hopefully it will stay there for a very long time. You guys will be missed. In every gym that we went before the game started, believe it or not, I always try to locate. And believe it or not, it gave me a huge sense of comfort. I'm sure it gave your daughters comfort too. Thank you for always being there. The plaque reads, The Perch from 2019 to 2023, Michael Berry, Jarrett Maples, and Rob Tucker. And I only had so many characters, I had to come up with something. But it said, here stood three proud dads at every single game. Without them standing here, it would never be the same. Longhorns for life. Thank you. Don't be trying to steal that, Rob. It's going to stay right there. To our fans, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys were the best crowd there ever was, always showing up and being loud, and you helped make it fun. It was always good to see a sea of green in the stands. Green's the best color, especially in the big house. We have some super fans in the house tonight. We've got Cody Gibbons and family. Thank you guys for providing team dinner and doing whatever else. John and Ruth Ann Bell, the Doolings, Steph Stevens, where are you, ma'am? I do a really good imitation of Steph, but I'm not going to do it. But that's all to do with that. Steph is the true meaning of what it is to be a Longhorn and to love the game of girls basketball. And if you've never spoken or had the privilege of speaking to Steph Stevens, to me, Steph, you are everything that encompasses what we want the Jones girls basketball program to be. And I know you're a Longhorn for life, no matter where it takes you. And thank you so much for always being encouraging and a positive voice at all times. So thank you so much. So we have a number one fan in the house. And she is the best fan we could ever ask for. That's Miss Sophia Evans. Sophia, you always ask me all the time if there's anything that the girls weren't doing. What are they not doing, Coach Holbrook? Because if there is, I'm going to yell at them from the stands, and I'm going to tell them what to do. I'm not going to say something that you don't want me to, but you tell me what to yell, and I'm going to yell at them. So, and then I probably shouldn't tell this story, Sophia, but I'm going to tell it. It's a little bit inappropriate. But she was so excited after one game, she kind of lost her mind a little bit. And she came up, you know what she said? Yeah? And she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, thank you for being our number one fan." It's fine. All right. Thank you, Mayor Wilkinson. Sounds weird to say that, but a Jones girls basketball alum, thank you for coming tonight, and congratulations to you. Who knows, one of these girls may become mayor one day. Thank you for recognizing our team and taking care of us. I just have one question for you. What do we have to do to make room on that water tower? We're so very... Oh.
So the signs, as of this week, are in print. 2 weeks, they've told me, I've cracked the whip. They will be on each end of town. They're double-sided. They are happening. It's happening.
Hey, not baseball. We're not talking about baseball.
I'm trying. I've got a list a mile long, but the signs are coming. The water, I don't know, the water tower's no story.
It's all right. We'll take the signs. Thank you so much. We're very proud to represent Jones. Thank you. To our special donors and sponsors, we've had so many people step up and contribute to our team this year. There's no way I would be able to name them all. I just know that when we had our need, our community stepped up big time. When we went to raise money for our rings, we were able to raise that money in under a week, and the support was truly, truly, truly overwhelming. There are a couple of groups that I'd like to recognize. They always were very, very grateful for their generosity. First is, I think, is Jennifer Green here tonight? Okay, is our Jones Kiwanis Club. And Jennifer, if you come up, please. We've got, those guys wanted a sign ball to be able to keep there at all their meetings. If you could take that back on behalf of us, girls, if you'll give them the sign ball to Miss Green. Thank you so much. To Blue Gold Sausage, Brett and Lisa Ramsey, we have a signed poster to give to you guys. And thank you so much for your support. Miss Lisa. Thank you all for always being willing to step up and help support our program. This banquet would not have happened without our Booster Club. Let's give them a big hand. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that we have one of the best booster clubs in the state. We'd like to say a big, huge thank you to all of you that contributed your time, your energy, your effort. Specifically this year's president and treasurer, Marcy Tucker and Katie Bain. Come on up, ladies. These ladies work full-time jobs and still found time to work another part-time job with the Tipping Club. They have done so much planning and organizing behind the scenes, not just for the banquet, but for our huge Little League tournament that we host. All of our fundraisers and all of our events at basketball games, such as homecoming, pink out, senior night, they have made it possible for the team to have some of the best experiences, make the best memories, and have some really nice things. Thank you sincerely for the countless hours you have dedicated to Jones Girls basketball. You'll be missed, and again, you are welcome back anytime. So thank you. Thank you to our performance course trainer, Coach Waters. Thank you for emphasizing that it all carries over to the basketball court. Investing in performance course has been some of the best money, in my opinion, spent for our program. Coach, you've been an instrumental success, part of our success. Our program changed when we hired you. Thank you for pushing us to be the very, very best we can be today. And that's all we can ask for. All right, now I'd like to introduce our coaching staff. I do not know how I got so lucky to have the coaching staff that I have. The time, the effort, the dedication that they have put in has played a huge role in our team's success this year. I'm very thankful for them being part of our program. First, Uncle Joe, come on up. Been with me over 25 years and for being a part of whatever team I'm coaching to do our stats. I cannot imagine you not being on the bench with me. I'll forever treasure you, hearing you hum the national anthem very, very loud every single game over anybody that's singing or over the intercom. Next, Coach Gunter, or otherwise known as Gunter. This was Coach Gunter's first year with the team. He was a fresh air. I'll explain my picture. He was a breath of fresh air for us. The girls look forward to him walking into practice every single day. Obviously, by the picture, he was willing to do whatever it takes to help out the team. Who could forget him being on the scout team in playoffs preparing for Idaho? He had the role of playing, guess who? Mary Carden. The big, literally 5 plays in, he sprains his ankle. Bad. But he's tough, you know? He knows he's the only one that can play Mary. And he gets back out on the court for us to prepare. And he was dedicated and all in this year. Thank you so much, Coach. Coach Bird. Again, the OGBCA Assistant Coach of the Year. Coach Bird was a blessing to our team. Put those back in the back. Coach Bird was a blessing to our team and to me this year. A true head coach, she brought a fresh perspective to our team with a lot of insight into what we could do to become better. Her scouting reports and her organizational skills are second to none. She's young and has a memory, and that in itself added tremendous value. But what stuck out to me the most was when I was in Muskogee with my sister in ICU last summer. Not long after her being hired, she drove all the way from Alva to Muskogee to bring me overnight items, hours. We not only hired a quality coach, but a quality person, a tremendous role model for our girls. Thank you for going above and beyond all the time. Thank you. Coach Young. 8th year of coaching, we think, we can't remember. 28 years now, we don't. She brings wisdom, a voice of reason, and toughness to our team. She is the ideal assistant coach. She never needs to be told what to do. She just does it. Sometimes I question why I'm even here. This year we had more girls needing to be taped more than ever before. I think they were just making up stuff so they could go spend time with Coach Young. But she took on that role. We figured out that she used 264 rolls of tape this year. I love how she is always willing to do the little things. A favorite Brad Stevens quote is, when considering the consequences of not doing the little things, you learn that there are no little things. She is what helps make our team go. She's willing to play her role, and she does it exceeding all expectations. So thank you for that. All right, now, why we are here, why we are able to get the awards that we do, we cannot, obviously that cannot happen without these girls and these girls doing their job and doing it very well. They don't do their job very well, we don't get recognized as good coaches. We get to take the credit for what they do and what they accomplish on the court. And so now the team will be, when I call your name, girls, go ahead and come up and we'll stand across the front. Every one of these girls will be receiving the state tournament participation certificate from the OSSAA, a proclamation and picture from the Senator Stanley from our visit from the state capitol, and an OSSAA state champion plaque in place of our miniature gold balls, replicas that are not here yet, that you will get hopefully when our rings come in, when they're out in June. So girls, when I call your name, let's stand across the top. The coaches will present you those things. And we'll get started. All right, managers, Avery Austin, Jasmine Ross. From this way, girls, and go ahead and stand right on that way. Freshman, Kylan Higgins, Gentry Holbert, Kenley Holman. Sophomores, Charisma Johnson, Karma Lewis. Juniors, Keisha Hansen, Nia Smith, Riley Smith, Sophie Woodson. Seniors, Audrey Bain, Taylor Barbie, Boston Berry, Jalen Maples, Kristen Moore, Zoe Tucker. While the coaches are continuing to make sure everybody great, our state team, everyone. I do not want anyone in this room to ever take this for granted. There are many players, teams, coaches, and communities that never get to celebrate even one state championship in their lifetime. And tonight, we are getting to celebrate within our program our third. The road to get here is hard. Not everyone can or is willing to do what it takes to do it. But know, girls, that you have definitely earned it. At the beginning of the season, we spoke to the team about what it means to be uncommon. The definition of uncommon is not ordinarily encountered. In our player notebooks, it says, we are in search of uncommon play, common effort, willing to make uncommon decisions, in search of uncommon results. The uncommon result that we were seeking at the beginning of the year was to be the only 10 was to be only the 10th team in Oklahoma girls basketball history to win 3 state championships in a row. It was definitely going to take an uncommon team to do this. Despite having all returning starters off of a back-to-back state championship team, the team was still a different team. New faces, new dynamics, and new challenges. We had to learn how to fight through adversity together. And there was some adversity. It was not easy, and it was going to take being uncommon. It began back in May with one of our key returning starters, Audrey Bain, getting shot. You don't say or hear that often at an end of the year banquet. She ended up missing out on the entire summer trying to rehab. To be honest, we didn't know in October if she was even going to be able to play for the rest of the season. There were a lot of question marks. The adversity had begun. During the season, we definitely had a target on our back all season long. We got our opponent's best game every single night. We were scouted well. And plain and simple, people were tired of us winning. We were doubted. We were never ranked number 1 all season long, at the beginning, the middle, or the end. We lost our very first game. We lost to teams that hadn't lost to in the previous years. Dale, Tecumseh, Lincoln Christian, Bethel. We didn't win our conference. Despite all of that, our girls did what it took to be unusual, remarkable, and exceptional. The girls never quit. They never gave up on each other. They continued to work every single day. They chose to fight through the hard. And it was hard. They chose to stay together. They chose to embrace their roles and to trust each other and the coaches. They believed that they were truly still the number 1 team in 3A, and they practiced that way. They used all of the adversity that they faced as fuel to prove everyone wrong. They were playing their very, very best basketball at the end of the season. We entered into the playoffs ranked number 3. We were put in the toughest area, but we beat the number 11, the number 5, the number 4, the number 2, and the number 1 ranked teams to win the state title. It was the 3rd year in a row that Jones girls basketball proved that they were the number 1 team in the state, despite going in as a lower seed. They were unusual, remarkable, exceptional, and definitely uncommon. This year, these girls finished 25-5. They were the consolation champions of the Arkansas Tournament of Champions. They were the winner of the Wheat Capital Tournament, beating Class 4A Kingfisher by 1 in the finals. They were the winner of the Jones Kiwanis Tournament, beating, I'm pretty sure, a bunch of 20-year-olds from Life Prep Academy in Kansas. That's not an exaggeration. 18 to 23, maybe. They were undefeated. They were 7-0 in playoffs. They were the district, regional, and area champions. And finally, they were the state champions. What a year. Let's give them a hand. Uncle Joe's going to come up and give a few of our team stats from this year.
So thank you, Jen. You guys know I'm Uncle Joe. I do the stats for the team. I've done stats for Jenny for 20 plus years. I really enjoy getting to see the behind the scenes, what goes on behind the scenes, not only with the coaches, but with your daughters. They really posted that on my Twitter. I said, this is the most fun I've had ever, that I've ever done this. It's just been tremendous. This truly is the best coaching staff in the state. I truly believe it. So I spent the last 2 days digging through the stats for just this year. And it's pretty remarkable, really. And as our norm, we scored 56 points per game offensive, which is pretty good. That's a little off from last year. 33 points defensively, average for the season, with an average margin of victory of 23 points. And that continued through the playoffs. That wasn't just the regular season, that was all the way through. So the girls just continued doing what they were doing all year long. what's remarkable about this team, like I said, I spent 2 days looking, is that there are no superstars. I was looking for the wow stat, like, wow, that just really sticks out. And there wasn't any. There isn't any. And that's a testament to the girls contributing. Every girl contributed all across the board evenly throughout the entire season. So I just pulled some of the averages for the girls. Boston, you had 12.5 average, Jalen 9.4, Zoe 9.2, Kasia 8.3, Sophie 8.3, and Nia, even coming off the bench, 4.2. Everybody along the whole line contributed. There was no superstars. When somebody didn't play well, somebody else stepped up. That is the definition of a team. And so I pulled some individual stats from the different games. Boston, you've been a tremendous leader for this team. You've done what was necessary, whether it's an assist, whether it's scoring, whether it's defense, whatever it needed to be. You scored 28 points against Bethel. Whenever they were hitting big shots, you came right back down into the big shot. You had 18 points versus Kingfisher, right? So you stepped up when you needed to score, you scored. Jalen, you had 20 points against Oddbell. You had 21 points against Chandler, way back when, I don't even remember that game now. And you were shooting over 50%, or I think 50% from 3-point in the state tournament. You really turned it on. Zoe, 17 points against Morris, 16 points against Lamar, way back in the first game of the year. Played really well. Sophie, probably your best game for Sophie. Sophie, your best half of basketball, state championship game. You dominated that second half. That's what we're probably doing, right? You also had 12.7 rebounds against Bethel in the semifinal. Nia, you had 4 double-figure games this year, coming off the bench. Not going to be the star or anything like that, but you came in, did your job. That's a team. Audrey, not a lot of points this year, but I'll tell you this, what you do for the team doesn't translate into a lot of stats, but you were the heart and soul of the team, the heart and soul of the defense. You had, when we played Sayre on that up in Edmond North, we weren't playing very well, defense was kind of laggy. You came in, you had 11 deflections, and propelled us to a pretty good win. And so I could go on down for everybody. I won't spend the whole night doing that, but I just wanted to say that the ultimate stat is that right there, those 3 little balls right there, and that is the result of the team, not any one individual. And so there's no greater testament to you girls and the coaching staff and the team than that right there.
Before we get to the individual acknowledgments on the court, the first girls that we'd like to recognize tonight are those players who have excelled in the classroom while committing themselves to the team and all the demands of being an athlete. The following girls have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or higher from freshman year to present. Please come up and get your certificate. Gentry Holbrook, Jasmine Ross, let's hold her applause until the very end. Kasia Hansen, Audrey Bain, stand across the top please. Kristen Moore, Jalen Maples, Taylor Harvey, and Boston Berry. The next 3 girls have an impressive cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or higher from their freshman year to present. Kaitlyn Higgins, Riley Smith, and Zoe Tucker. Let's give these girls a big hand. Thank you, ladies. These individual basketball awards that we're fixing to present can only come as a result of team success, and they tend to just fall into place